Hey everyone, this is Dawn and welcome back to my channel. So it seems like a hot minute since I've actually had some time to create, and I've actually been a little bit more intentional about sitting down this week and creating some things. So I'm going to share this video under the hashtag SatMornMakes, the Saturday Morning Makes, which of course is hosted by Jill Norwood. And I saw Jill back on YouTube. I have not seen her videos yet, but so excited she's back. Hello Jill, if you are watching. Definitely prayers and thoughts and well wishes and big hugs to you. All right, so let's get into it. Let's start out with a few crafty fails. You know, sometimes when you look at YouTube and everything's so pretty and perfect, and I wasn't even going to show this card. I really don't like it, and maybe you like it. And a couple other things that I was going to do, but actually didn't end up following through on just because I was kind of having a hard time feeling the inspiration. And I think this is okay overall, but it's missing some things to me. It doesn't feel done, doesn't feel finished, but I was kind of trying to do some autumn project. So I just used, this is a Hobby Lobby sunflower pad, and then this is an Imaginations rubber stamp. I love the design of these stamps. Imaginations, I usually pick them up on YouTube, and it's a large size, seeds, sunflowers, and I really like the kind of a primitive quality to it. So I was just using a little bit of, actually this might have been alcohol markers, I think, but like the sunflower's bleeding a little bit, so I might not have used the right background ink, and I did use it on some mixed media paper, but this is okay. I was stamping out the sunflower seeds a couple more times, so maybe I'll end up using those. I also have this imagination stamp that I was going to try to create with, and I stamped a few out but ended up not getting there yet, so we'll see if I finish up. And then this is a recent acquisition. I did purchase this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on eBay. Stampotique. So www.stampotique.com. But I did get this on eBay, the two crows, and I've seen quite a few. I was actually, I think, scrolling through Pinterest just looking for some inspiration, and I kept seeing the crows and the blackbirds, so I went looking, and that's what I found. So this here, again, a little bit of a fail. I think what I need to do is probably do watercolor to make these like not look so opaque. This is just all alcohol markers and everything's just dark and yucky. But I love the images here, so I want to try that. So anyways, those are some things that didn't come through, but let's get on to the things that kind of worked out a little bit better for me, and hopefully I circle back around on those. We'll see. Sometimes the crafty room eats things and you just move on. So as I've mentioned before a number of times, I'm part of a hashtag Crafty Dares group over on Instagram. There's just a few of us, hosted by Tina at Tell Him Thank You. Hello, Tina. And this week our crafty dare was to do 3 prompts, a 4x4 card with mixed media, and a completed card. So there was a front, I did the inside, wishing you a day bright with sunshine, and I put my little rubber stamp on the back and signed it. So it is a completed card. I could actually sign this and mail it out. So I use this wonderful little All in Create stamp. I just love her. I believe this is called Cartwheel Hearts. Yes. And I actually colored her up pretty much how the picture shows, because sometimes I'm not always the best at putting colors together, but then I've thought in my mind I would like to do her with different dresses, maybe blue and yellow, and color her up with different colors, a pink dress. And then the background here that I use, this background stamp, is this Crafty Individuals, which I got on eBay as well. And it's not, it doesn't have the rubber on it, but the rubber backing on it, but it works just fine in my, I have that smaller stamp platform, so it worked fine in there. So that's that card. And then a couple other things I was inspired. I really actually loved this challenge, so I liked the mixed media background. I liked the 4x4 square of these, so I used this stamp set, another All in Create. I've just been loving and really wanted to create a lot more with these, falling for fall, and I love this little image. So I did make these 2 cards, kind of like a little coffee theme. I used a sentiment from an older Unity kit of the month. This is from back in 2015. Joy to you and yours. And then I used the cup and the heart from this Greeting Farm set mini remix Brutiful, and I used the cup and the little red heart, and I was actually wanting a smaller cup size, but this was the smallest one I could find. You think out of all the coffee stamps I have I would be able to find something, but not really. So I on all of these cards I just brushed, knocking things off my desk, just used one of these brushes in the salvaged patina and kind of on the edges the peacock feather, and then I just used this barn door for the little hearts. So these do not have anything stamped on the inside yet, but I think these came out so cute. And since the coffee cups were a little larger and it was like a busier background, my girl images were kind of melting into the background, so I found these older doilies. I have no idea where they came from, and stuck those behind, and that made my little girl stand out a little more. And then I'd also made an ATC with that same crafting for fall, and again I colored her up kind of the way it shows as a brighter brown, but kind of did the green sweater. So these are like also kind of like darker colors, but since I used the blue, I used the blue in this coffee cup stamp. That's an old, gosh, I can't remember the name of that. I don't have it here. I think it's called Reminisce Stamp Company or something like that. And I used a green leaf background, some brown little word stickers, Sweet Life, some enamel dots, but I think that really came out cute. I want it to be a little brighter because I think I don't always gravitate towards the darker colors, but I think this is super cute. And then one other ATC that I created for the week, I'm going to send this to somebody by scrapbook.com. I think it's called Willow Lane, the paper pad I have around here somewhere. But I created this little ATC with the papers, and this is the rub on. I used an oval die with this sweet little doily like image behind it, a little black lace. Of course, I'm using my little Stampin' Up speckle stamp on everything. I have this tiny little, I'm just dropping things everywhere, aren't I? And to another punch stamp stacked with this one, but it's got these little moon and stars, and these stars are so small and I love using them. So you can see where I've added a few of them with some black sparkle paper. So I think that is everything that I've created this week then. A couple of ATCs and my 3 little cards, and I need to post my cards over on my Instagram, so I will be doing that as well. Anyways, thanks so much for stopping by and watching. So much appreciate it. Would love it if you give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to check out Jill Norwood. I've got to go check her out as well, and I will see you in the next one.